Hello, welcome to the Griffon Show on the road again. Beautiful Lake Charles, Louisiana. And, of course, we are at Dr. Snow's and his co-relief center. And we're going to talk to Dr. Snow. We're going to talk politics. Brett Geymann may or may not stop by. I invited him again. I always like to bring Brett in on Louisiana stuff. And we're going to visit with Dr. Snow. We'll meet a few patients. And anyway, we got that going on. We want to thank our friends at Cumulus Broadcasting, KLK. By the way, next April 16th. I'm letting this know because Debbie's to my left, but most things are to my left. Debbie said, I'm with you right behind you. I'm not really to your left. But August 16th, Debbie, 20 years. We've been broadcasting in Lake Charles, Louisiana. So we need to come back for sure and do one on April the 16th because it's been 20 years since we've been here. And I'll tell you what, I love it over. I've made a lot of good friends. The people over here are really, really super, and I'm glad they're doing good with their economy and things like that as well. So it's really a blessing to always come over here. We're at Co-Relief Center, Dr. Donald Snow. Just listen to me. You people that have heard Dr. Snow talk and never, ever used his company to get rid of the pain that you've had. All his pain. He really is a pain relief center. We got a new announcement. I'm going to let him talk about it in just a second because he has another office in another location now that he didn't have, but he has it now. So anyway, without further ado, Dr. Snow, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing outstanding. How are you doing?
I am doing superb. All right, Doc, just so people know, we got a little growth. You are now located Co-Relief Center in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Absolutely. We just opened up last Monday was our first day. Dr. Brittany has been here training for quite a few months now. And
she was here last time. We hadn't been in about four months.
That's
so
right.
She was here training last time.
And she picked us up better than I've had two other people I've tried to train. This doctor has picked it up, and she's good. And
so now, let me just tell people, 913 South College Street, Suite 105 in Lafayette, Louisiana. I will tell you now, the only number we're going to give out today is going to be the one we give out here because they're booking all appointments through the Lake Charles office right now.
That's
is that
right.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So let me just give this out without further ado. 337-475-6334. 337-475-6334. Now, Doc, what this does for you, you're over here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. You get people all over the world to understand that. But with another location in Lafayette, you now can help people maybe not drive as far that live toward the east side of the state.
That's right. I did cut my own throat, didn't I?
But
yes.
You wanted to expand. You've been wanting
to. I want
to
expand.
Put one in Shreveport right now.
I'd love to put one in Shreveport. Can't get anyone that wants to live there, and I don't know why. It's a beautiful little place.
Oh, no. Shreveport's a great area. Shreveport-Bossier is a great area. But eventually you'll probably do that, too. But so we do have a second location.
We have a second location. We're excited. We're right next to the general hospital there. We're in a medical complex. Beautiful facility. I wished I could go there, but she won't let me.
No, you good. But I do want to tell people again, 913 South College Street, Suite 105. The number to call, you can call right here. You can make an appointment. You can make it here or for there. It's, once again, 337-475-6334. No excuse. Well, the drive was an hour. The drive was 2 hours. Maybe you're an hour from Lafayette now. It'd be a little bit easier to go as well.
That's right. And
but you got to be happy with the expansion that you made.
Well, I'm happy that we're able to help more people because when we're finished with people, their pain doesn't return, which is a sweet thing. They actually heal. And I don't know any other medicine that can do that.
Well, look, for people that don't know who you are, and it doesn't matter if you've explained this 1,000 times because we get new listeners every day. I got an email from somebody that moved here from Seattle and loves the program, and it was really amazing. They emailed me and said, man, we've been listening to you since, and I was humbled that somebody just moved here and found the program. So we got new listeners. So Co-Relief Center, talk about what you do.
What we do, essentially, is stimulate the body in such a way that it heals. We treat multiple disease processes, pain processes, but mostly what we see is back pain from disc deterioration or herniated disc. We see neck pain. We see people who can't feel their hands and arms because of the pinched nerve in the neck. The relief is immediate. With this medicine, there is no doubt in your mind after the first treatment whether you can be helped or not because you're going to walk out of here with no pain or at least 50%.
So when they come in here, they get 50, 60, 70% relief.
Absolutely.
And you go, wow, this feels great. then then you know it's going to work.
No drugs. And the body will respond. And if it responds at least 50% or better, you can take it to the bank.
Okay, now I want people to understand is when they come in here the first time and they do get the response. If they don't get any, then you can't help them.
Well, and I won't charge them either. I won't bill anybody, won't charge them. We'll just part friends.
Yeah, so if they come in here and say, well, I'm going to try this, but I've tried everything else, it's not a big deal to you in the fact that if you can't help them, you understand that. But if you can help them, they're going to know.
That's right. And what I'm trying to do with these clinics is show that there is outcome-based medicine, and it's here now. A lot of people say it's impossible. You can't promise this. Well, I don't promise you'll get better. I promise you won't pay if you don't.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I can't. No one can. It's against the law to make a guarantee.
But 50-60%, you got a good shot to get them there.
You got a good shot.
Okay, but I want you to talk to people about something else, Dr. Snow. By the way, we're talking to Dr. Donald Snow, Co-Relief Center, locations in Lake Charles and in Lafayette. Now we'll get the young lady in a few minutes, just a little bit, and let you visit with her as well. But I want people to know because I heard me and your young secretary up here was talking. And you're looking back there for young, aren't you? But she's young lady right there. I'm talking about again. She's waving now. One of the things I want people to know. So they come in here and you help them the first time. If they walk out this door, and we were talking about an incident. This has happened before. Without mentioning names, somebody comes in here and says, oh, yeah, Doc, I'm going to set it up. This is real guy. They leave and go, wow, I ain't got no pain. I'm free. And they don't come back because it is a process. And I want you to talk about the process.
Or the pain will come back and they'll say it doesn't work. When I tell them plainly,
one time.
That's right. Or they'll come 2 or 3 times. This isn't working. It's a process. When you cut yourself, you don't heal overnight. And the only person that could do that died 2,000 years ago, and I'm not him.
Yeah. So you're looking at about a 10 to 20 visits, depending on who you are and what you got wrong with you.
That's right. You will heal. And this young lady, this young doctor that we have here can make it happen. She's doing wonderful things.
But if somebody comes in again 1 time or 2 times and they say, well, I'm going back, I'm fine, they may go a few weeks or even a few months.
I'll see them again.
But sooner or later, they're going to come back, and they're either going to believe you didn't help them, which is not fair because they didn't come to, if you go see a doctor and the doctor says, Moon, you're sick, you got pneumonia, and you got to take these antibiotics and you got to do this. And I do what he says, and I'm better, and it's gone. Mm-hmm. But if I only say, I'm not listening to Doc, I'm going hunting, I'm going fishing in the cold weather, I'm not listening to him, I feel better, I'm probably going to get sick again.
Or you take them for 3 or 4 days and the symptoms go away, and then it comes back, and then now it won't work on it.
Yeah, because I'm married to a nurse, and my mom was a nurse, and she used to say you got to take your medicine from the start to the end. And if you don't, you're not going to get better. That's what you do, too. Mm-hmm. Correct?
Just like a drug. It's dose-related. What's going to happen here is when we treat you, there's going to come a point in time where the pain will start lessening every week, and the width of getting pain relief will be 1, 3, 5 days. At some point in the treatment, you're not going to have any pain between treatments. Your patients come here twice with no pain, and then we'll pull the treatment away. So instead of coming once a week, you'll come every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. When they've come here twice again with no pain, I'll move them to 1 month. When they've come to 2 months with no pain, they're out of here. That means 3 or 4 months with no pain. That is not coming back.
And by the way, if the pain goes away and somebody's away 6 months or a year, do you recommend them come back for a checkup?
Most people that actually finish the treatment here want to come in at least every season just for checkup. Maintenance, a checkup. Yeah, that's probably smart.
Something like that. All right. By the way, you're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. We're with Dr. Donald Snow, Co-Relief Center is where we are. We're located in Lake Charles today. There's another location now in Lafayette at 913 South College. For either one, if you want to just call and talk about it, there's experts here to help you say, hey, we can help you, we can't help you. They'll let you know on the phone if they don't think they can help you, or they think they can. 337, of course, 475-6334. Doc, what are some of the main things that y'all help? What kind of pain? I mean, a lot of people have back pain. They do everything they possibly can, and they can't get better.
Back pain, sciatica, knee, hip, sciatica, radiculopathy from pinched nerves in the spine. We see diabetic neuropathy. Arthritis.
Depending on.
It doesn't, as long as it's not all over the body, because it would take too long to treat that. But if you have it in the hands or knees or in the back.
Okay, here's one I get sometimes. You think Dr. Snow can help me with my migraine?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, immediately and profoundly. But you have to come here with it.
Well, now, hold up now. We talked about this before. Mm-hmm. You really need to come here with the pain no matter what you come for.
No matter what you come for. If you come in here without any pain, I have nothing to treat. And the reason I want you to come here with pain and not taking any pain meds when you come here is because if I can take the pain away, I found the cause. And if I find the cause, we can induce your body to heal like it's supposed to, it wants to.
Well, no doubt about it. Mm-hmm. By the way, somebody asked about insurance.
We take insurance if you have it that covers it. When they made us independent this year, the state made us an independent practitioner.
Okay.
Some of the insurance dropped us. Some still keep us. But we're going to the insurance commissioner at this very moment and to Blue Cross Blue Shield. In 2014, there was a federal law called the Affordable Care Act. Mm-hmm. And it had an anti-discrimination clause in there. It says you must, if you're licensed by the state, carry the insurance to cover that practitioner. Well, this state's not doing it. Mm-hmm. They're not following the law, and I'm not even sure they know about it. So we're bringing the law and the code to the insurance industry and to the insurance commissioner.
So that may change.
If it doesn't, they're breaking the law.
Okay. No, that's what I'm saying. Cause, everybody's got insurance. They want to know what it covers, and it don't. But right. People that don't have insurance, I guarantee you, if they come in here, they get the relief. We're on the road in beautiful Lake Charles, Louisiana. We're at Co-Relief Center. If you've got any kind of pain at all, you owe it to yourself to call Dr. Snow. I promise you, if they can't get you taken care of, you probably can't be helped. So you need to give them a call. It's very simple, 337-475-6334. Pick up the phone and call them and just check and see if they can help you. I got a young lady in front of me, Dr. Brittany Antoine. Of course, she is the Co-Relief Center, but she runs the show in Lafayette, Louisiana. How you doing?
Yes,
good
sir.
to see you again.
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me on your show.
Well, it's good to see you again. Now, you're in Lafayette. Just started about a week, 10 days ago.
Yes, sir. Monday, last week.
So people can come now to Lafayette to get the same thing they've been getting here.
Yes, we had so many people driving really long distances, and now hopefully they can just come right around the corner.
It's going to make it easier for people that are within an hour or two of Lafayette that may be on the other side, on the eastern side, or maybe, somebody from LA comes here, it's an hour and 30, 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. They go to Lafayette, it's about an hour and 10 minutes.
Right.
So it makes it kind of neat. So, by the way, what's been the response so far? I'm just kind of curious. Because people have heard us talk about Dr. Snow a lot.
Well, I've had about 10 patients already with no advertising yet, so it's going really well.
So that's a good thing.
I just opened my doors, yeah.
Well, right now they're calling this number, but they'll book so they can book here or book in Lafayette, depending on who they're close to.
That's right.
But that kind of makes it neat. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I know you've been trained well.
Yes, I've been with Dr. Snow for about 6 months. I was in medical school for 5 years, and then I came back home to the Acadiana area.
Are you from there originally?
Yes, sir. I'm from New Iberia. Born and raised.
I got some good friends from New Iberia. Yes. I got a couple of them. I won't mention their names.
Yes.
So you're a homegirl. So you're back working and doing what you want to do.
Yes, and I'm really, really excited to be able to help the people in my community because this medicine is truly amazing, and I need more people to know about it because I've seen Dr. Snow help so many people, and I'm excited to do that for the people of Acadiana.
Well, there's no doubt it's different than anything else they've been getting.
Very.
No doubt about it. When you went to school, in med school, where did you go?
I went to the Pacific College of Oriental Medicine in San Diego, California.
Okay.
Where Dr. Snow also went. That's how I heard about him.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've only been to San Diego once. I spent a week there.
I bet you didn't want to come home.
Well, the problem was I always promised myself I'd go back. Mm-hmm. And I told my wife it'd be a beautiful place just to go and enjoy yourself because it's beautiful. But I knew they had a school there because Doc had talked about it in the past. So it's exciting. It's new. But the bottom line is it's getting the same treatment that they're getting here. So what have you seen people for so far?
Back pain, neck pain, carpal tunnel, knee pain, indigestion, headaches, migraines. The list truly goes on. Foot pain, plantar fasciitis, anything that hurts, anything that bothers you.
Nobody came and complained about a pain from the husband, then. Huh?
Emotional pain. I didn't say emotional pain.
By the way, you're not dealing with that anyway. But it's real neat because it's a closer drive for some people.
Yes.
And I don't care what anybody says, and I'm sure Doc fights it too. Well, I got to go that far, but to get rid of your pain, people would do anything.
Yeah, if it works, which it does, it's worth it.
Are you dealing with people that have been having chronic pain for a long, long time?
Yes. Like, I've seen Dr. Snow treat somebody who had pain for 30 years, had multiple surgeries that did not work, and, we get our hands on them, and 10 to 20 visits, they're feeling brand new.
No doubt about it, but that's the good thing about it is now Doc will tell you there's times you got to get operated on, but boy, why not at least try this before you have surgery?
Why not try something non-invasive before you go so far as to, let somebody cut your spine open? To me, I would love to try something non-invasive before I went that far, wouldn't you?
The last thing you want to do is get cut on if you can help it.
Absolutely.
So that's what he's trying to do, but you're going to see a lot of people that go, I've tried everything. Because I know there are people going down the road right now. I've heard from them. And they go, well, that sounds good. That sounds too good to be true. But the thing about it is, if you call or go by and see y'all and it doesn't work, y'all going to be the first ones to tell them you can't help them.
We're very honest, and that's one thing that I've really loved about working with Dr. Snow and learning from him, that this is very honest and ethical medicine. Because if we cannot help you, we let you know, and we release you, because we're not here to waste anyone's money.
Actually, it's funny. They actually let you know if they feel better. Think about what I'm saying. I'm in there. You're working on my back. I have back pain. You get through the first procedure, and I go, wow, that feels a lot better. You didn't tell me how I felt.
Right. You tell me. I've seen people get up and cry, boo-hoo,
really?
Hysterical crying because I haven't felt this good since I was 20 years old. I've heard a 60-year-old man tell me that. So
to go through that pain for so long, and that is tough. I've heard people they've had people that deal with pain that have taken their lives because pain was so bad. And by the way, I'm not saying you can help somebody like that or not. You don't know if you don't call or you don't go by and see.
Yes, if you're listening right now and you think that your pain is so severe or so deep-rooted and chronic that we can't help you, I'm here to tell you that you need to come by and see us.
Well, at least
because
see if
there's
they can
no
help
risk. You. Because if we can't help you on the first visit, we don't charge you. And the things that I've learned from Dr. Snow are not things that I learned in school.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, Brittany, God bless them. Moon Griffon Show on the road again, beautiful Lake Charles, Louisiana, and of course we are at Dr. Snow's and his co-relief center. Matt from Lafayette first. Matt, question or comment for Dr. Snow?
Yes, sir, Dr. Snow, I just wanted to call in. My wife has been having a lot of back pains due to scoliosis. I was wondering what treatments you do would help with her pain. I know she's been having pains for the past 2 or 3 years now. Just wondering if any of your treatment would be able to help her with pain relief.
Yes, sir. That's something we see quite often, and she should see an immediate and dramatic result after her first treatment. Yes, sir. We can help her.
Wow. Okay. We've been through a lot of doctors. I know she's still been having pain. I definitely took down your number to your office. I would definitely talk to her and consult with her and make an appointment for her. But that answered my question. Appreciate it, Dr. Snow.
You're very welcome. Thank you for the call.
All right, 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. Let's go to Lafayette again. We'll go to Jody for Dr. Donald Snow.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, Doc. This is Jody Jogno from Lafayette. I used to be your patient. I don't know if you remember me or not.
I do. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. That's why I called in. I've been listening to y'all. I just wanted to let people know that I went to you because I had sciatica problems real bad, and I couldn't drive 15 minutes, 20 minutes without my leg getting numb. And I went to you for, I think, maybe 4 or 5 months, maybe, and I have no problems anymore.
That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. I was wondering why I hadn't seen you around in a while.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but I changed jobs, so I'm on the road all the time now. I drive truck. But also, I want to just put in a plug for his staff. Some of the nicest people treat you with respect, and it's just some good people all the way around. I can't talk enough about them. So I just wanted to call in and say hello and let everybody know that it's for real. I don't know some people might be skeptical of needles and stuff, but it's nothing like you think, and the end results were great. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Jody. I really appreciate that. Unexpected pleasantry. Yeah.
All right, Jody, appreciate the call. Let's jump gears if we can, Brandon. I know we might run a little over. Justin in New Iberia, question or comment for Dr. Snow.
Hi, Dr. Snow. So my question is that my dad has been having a lot of trouble with his knee. He's had meniscal tears and several failed procedures to try to repair it, and nothing's really helping him. He's struggling a lot. I was wondering if there's something you can do for him.
if it's a torn meniscus and his leg isn't locking up, if it's locking up, he'll have to have something else done. But if it's not locking up and he just has pain, we can usually get that to lay down and actually heal. And he'll know it after the first visit.
Well, cool. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, Justin. Very welcome. Thank you very much, Justin. Appreciate it. Just call the number, folks, 337-475-6334. They'll help you, get you taken care of. Take a break. Be right back. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. Uh-oh, the door just opened. There he is. I'm not making, look, he spilled stuff all over his shirt. Come on, Lady Brett. Lady Gann, or whatever I called him anyway. Brandon's over here to take it up for you. You'd be happy to know. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. Go ahead and put that on. And once again, Co-Release Center, if you want to talk to them about pain, 337-475-6334. That's the number. Great location in Lafayette now. So somebody on the other side of Lafayette said, woo, that's a long way to go. And not anymore. He is former representative and businessman. What, Brett Geymann, what happened? What are you spilling when you come in?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you not know what I said about you?
No, I have no idea.
Well, Brandon took up for you again. Right. I said, by the way, he's Brett late again Geymann. And Brandon said, oh, my God, you throwing him under the bus. I said, that was the nicest thing I've ever said about you.
You should have heard what we said about you at the roast a couple of weeks ago in Alexandria. And you were a no-show. I may be late, but you were a no-show.
I know. Well, that was a bad situation, man. I did nothing I could do. Right, let me tell you something. If I got Maddie or politicians, where do I go?
Maddie, all day long.
By the way, that was tough because I had committed, and I felt really bad about that. Hey, Brett, and I know you're watching all the crazy stuff, Nash. So you got to be, even if you didn't want to.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Just your thoughts on that. I mean, do you really think that? Look, you've been an elected official. You were 12 years, I think, and you think it's going to change the whole landscape of what was going to happen versus what might happen?
I think it might, Moon. I think people are frustrated now about the division and the silliness that went on, for lack of a nice, whatever.
You're being real nice.
Being real nice is what I'm saying. Just almost absurd what's going on, and I think people. What I hope, Moon, is that people will get energized now to get more involved, to make sure they vote. A lot of people don't vote. They gripe and they don't vote. If we can just get people to realize how important every single election is, from school board dealing with Common Core all the way up to federal offices dealing with appointing Supreme Court justices. So, all these offices are important.
The votes matter.
And the votes matter. And you see a lot of elections are won and lost by a handful of votes. There's a big movement now nationally to go to the popular vote, to get rid of the electoral college.
Man, let me tell you something. I played that. So, you talk about stupidity at its best.
It's just folks need to go back and read about the Founding Fathers and what their intentions were, what the Constitution was designed for, the debates that took place when they formed the Electoral College and why they did it before they jump on the national popular vote wagon. But all these issues, we're in my opinion, nationally,
we're 50-50.
We're 50-50, and Texas, Cruz is in a tough race in Texas, which totally
He's over 50% now. I believe when that's said and done, I could be wrong because a month is an eternity.
Right.
But if things continue to hold, I think he'll win that 7, 8, 9 points. I really do. I think he's going to win that big. But it's been tight, no doubt.
I think he will, too. But while we're even having that conversation, it's Texas.
Yeah, but you know what? Go back and look. You realize Barack Obama was within 5 or 6 points in Texas.
Well,
he really was.
If we get to where we can't win Texas or Florida or Ohio or any of the big, we're done. And so again, I think all the elections are important, and I'm hoping. I know we're going to talk state here in a minute, but I hope at the state level next year everybody's up. The governor,
governor down, all
around. The rep, your senator, everybody's up. And we have folks out there griping about the way things have been. Hey, get involved with the campaign. Make sure when you vote, this is the thing that bothers me, people vote a lot of times based on the rhetoric or the flashy campaign commercial on TV or whatever the reason may be, and they're not voting for the right people that are going to make the tough decisions about the retirement debt and all the things that aren't being addressed in the state.
And by the way, nothing's been addressed. We've added. I finally looked up, and I'll get to it in a minute, Dan Fagan put the number that I've been bringing forward. I still think we raised taxes $7 billion. But remember how I'm doing it now. You had 27-month tax, which is about $2.8 billion. If think about 1 cent is $1 billion, well, 1 cent the next year is $2 billion. You figure that up. You got the 0.45 was 3.5, okay, and then you had some stuff in between. So about 7 billion. He's actually saying 7 billion now, and I think that's a good number to use. But we didn't do anything different with that. We just kept doing the same thing.
Well, yeah, but now we have a surplus, man. Come on.
Oh well,
everything's good now.
I'm going to get that too, but I want to go back one more thing nationally. Yeah. I wasn't an original Trumpster. I don't think you were either. But I really think this, and I'm saying this, you got to be a little careful. I really think Donald Trump campaigning and going to these states, these red states, is a big plus for the Republic. Now, he can't go out there and say something that's so off the wall they finally get him on something, but he just stick with the script, talking about the Democrats. I don't mind him calling them an evil party because what they've tried to do. I think he helps to be out there more than any more commercials that you can possibly run. Right or wrong? What's your thoughts?
I think I probably agree with you.
He helps it. Yeah. He don't hurt. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I would be surprised at this point to see a national campaign, a federal office person campaigning for a federal office that would not want him to come in.
Well, I'm talking about red states where they got to dominate.
I know, I understand. You have some people in the old administration that didn't really want Obama to come campaign for him and don't come to my area, and Clinton.
Well, Obama could only go to certain areas.
Right.
He can go to Illinois. He can go to California, New York, all he wants to.
But I do think Trump coming to the red states where we need to make sure we hold and or pick up seats is going to be important.
I think him being in Florida, he got a gigantic hurricane coming, which I don't. That panhandle, that is probably a heavy Republican area.
That's red.
Yeah, he's going to have to go back and help get that set up real quick because they're going to have some problems there, it looks like.
The whole panhandle is red, no doubt. That's the
holding point in Florida.
Could be difficult over there, but we can't afford to lose at the national level. We can't afford to lose control, in the House or the Senate. So I think it's important.
It's close.
Yeah,
I think the thing's real close, and we'll see what happens. Now, jumping to state news, I mentioned the taxes and the surplus. What do you make of that? Before July 1st, we were the brokest state in the country. We couldn't pay for nothing. Now, all of a sudden, we got money. We're going to give teacher pay raises. We got money to go do this and do that. Your thought on that?
Well, the surplus is always good.
Better than the other
side. Rather have that than a deficit, but then you have to stop and say, why do we have a surplus? And is it from the booming economy, growth, or is it because we just imposed another tax increase on the citizens of the state? And I mean, so we added another tax that was falling off the books, and then now we have a surplus, and it makes you wonder, did we really need to do it at all?
And I think not even counting the internet sales tax, which is eventually going to come here.
And I think that is going to be the debate next session. Would be, did we really need to do it, and why, and where do we go from here? The numbers are not good, other than personal income growth, which that number for the last quarter was good.
Yeah, but why was that?
Well,
and I'm curious because I know Medicaid's figured differently. We got a lot of construction going on in the state of Louisiana. Some of it from the interstates.
Right.
I mean, interstates are being worked on everywhere, and that's major money. We got a lot of construction
we're
here.
We're booming here in Lake Charles. And by the way, welcome to Lake Charles today.
Yeah, I appreciate it. With his Magni shirt on every time. I'm wearing my ULM hat next time.
I'm bringing you a hat one day, I promise. The personal income number can be a little, hard to figure, but I know the General Accounting Office at GAO figures government transactions in your personal income growth number, which would include your Medicaid payments, we've expanded.
That's gigantic.
We've expanded Medicaid, so a portion of that 5.9% is going to be able to be linked to the growth in Medicaid expansion. Now, how far, I don't know. And, I mean, I'm not here to totally criticize the fact that we were one
You'd rather have growth than not.
I'd rather have it than not. But, again, we need to look and see where it's coming from. And the other thing, Moon, when you see every other number is upside down and then personal income growth is up, you have to wonder, that doesn't go together. If your personal income is up, so should be your growth in the economy.
Explain this to me.
And all the other
indicators. Explain this to me. 5 months in a row, unemployment rates up to 5. I saw an article the other day, but I hadn't been able to confirm the number they used. They said Louisiana now at 5.1%, which would be 6 months of unemployment going up, if that's true.
Right.
But I couldn't confirm that yet. So I said it, but I said it like I'm saying it. I can't confirm that. Yeah. That would be how does that work? Lawrence Scott, I like Lawrence Scott, but I'm not as impressed as everybody else. I'm not, because I know where he works from. He works from government. Mm-hmm. He came in with some good things and good numbers, and that's all great. But he said, don't worry about the unemployment number. That's not important. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's not important?
I think it's a big indicator of where the economy is. And, again, personal income growth being high, and then we're one of the only states that has unemployment numbers like that. In fact, we may be
third worst. Now, if we're 5-1, we could be the worst.
Right.
But I know we're third.
We're either third worst or worse, one of the two, right?
Correct.
So that again, those numbers don't go together. We'd like to see high personal income growth. Obviously, I'd rather be
absolutely
talking about that versus us being last. But we're 44th in business climate. It just came out.
I saw that.
We're now at 21 billion in unaccrued liability in the retirement system.
Unfunded accrued liability.
Okay,
correct.
We're the worst number 50 state for retirees. You remember that was about a month ago. Number 50, Moon, not number 48. We usually hold that 48 spot. We're 49 in education. So all these numbers still at the bottom are not changing. And look, it's been going on, and I'm not
way before Edwards got
I'm not totally blaming him, but imposing tax increases, in my opinion, is not helping any of those numbers.
No. And GDP was down 2 straight years. We did have a GDP increase fourth quarter and the first quarter. Mm-hmm. I'd love to say, but I'll tell people the national economy is doing this. It's got to eventually bring us up too. Mm-hmm. But we're not leading it. We'll come by. They say, well, we're leading it. No, we're not. If you're the lowest, you have the highest to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go higher than people.
That's a good point. And the other thing about all these numbers, Moon, is you really should you got to look at them by the quarter because that's how they come out. But you really shouldn't put a lot into each number individually. It's over a period of time. I
got to look at the year. Let me take a break. Brett Geymann, my special guest. We are at Dr. Donald Snow Co-Relief Center now in Lafayette, 2. The number to call him, 337-475-6334. You want to make sure you do that. You're having any kind of pain. You're a veteran. Somebody out there saying, man, I've been having this for years. You owe it to yourself to make the phone call. It doesn't cost you anything. Brett Geymann, my special guest. Of course, Brett was a former representative, and he's a business owner. And all right, Brett, a lot of big elections we could talk about with you, but I'd rather jump to next year. A year away. This time next year, we're getting ready to vote in the governor's race, which means every race is on the back, every senator, every representative.
Right.
And I'm not going to get so much in the governor's race because we don't know who's running yet.
Right.
But in the House and Senate races, and since you've run for that before, shouldn't people that are going to run be now getting ready to announce or raising money? Talk a little bit about that process.
Yeah, I think the process, obviously after the holidays, January, about mid-January.
So the first of the year you start.
Mid-January, you're going to see things are going to really kick off. But anybody that's thinking about running for state rep or state senate or is running and had announced is at this point talking to donors and meeting with
they got to be planning now,
elected officials and doing some of the groundwork, getting your sign locations together, all those kind of things are going on in the background. But a lot of people are probably out there at this point, I would imagine, and heavily weighing running but hadn't quite pulled the trigger yet. So you're looking at, hey, I'm going to decide right after New Year and what have you.
The bad thing, Louise, I'm going to make this comment, you may disagree. The bad thing is a lot of times it looks like the races that people are running in are open seats. Mm-hmm. Since we do have term limits, a form of term limits.
I agree.
I don't think they have a lot of people challenging some of the incumbents when I wish they would. Republican and Democrat. I wish they would step and say, you voted for this, I'm running against you.
And you know what, Moon, that is a great point. And I said this a little earlier in the show. This is what's on my mind right now is that so often we as voters elect somebody because of their charisma, their great TV commercial, their, whatever. But we really don't know a lot about them. And then they get in office and they vote exactly the same way that they shouldn't be, or they don't do what they said they were going to do, and we don't hold them accountable at all. So your point is, and it should be to all of us, if we have people in office and they're not doing the job, we should challenge them. And we should look at other options. And if you ever unseat anybody in the state legislature because they voted for a bad budget, then you can get budget reform.
Well, it sends a message.
Then you can get budget. Until then, because if you can go vote for taxes and if you can vote for bad budgets year after year after year after year, and you can make your decisions based on, hey, I got a bridge at home, and so I'm going to vote for this nonsense, but look, I got this bridge, and all that goes on. As long as that happens and there's no consequences to it in the election cycle, you're not going to change a whole lot unless you get a governor who's just a strong reformer and it comes from the top.
Well, I'm going to say this. It's doubly worse. What you said is right on the money. But when you reelect a guy or lady that has made those bad votes because nobody wants to run against them or nobody has the money, if you ain't got money, don't even run. Mm-hmm. You're not going to win an election just because you're on social media. Right. That is a once-in-a-deal chance. Right. But when you elect that person really looks in the mirror and says, look, I did this, and they thought I was going to get beaten. I didn't get beat, so I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing.
Right.
Why would they change? They just got reelected.
Right. You see now, this time of year, everybody in the Republican Party is a conservative, if you haven't noticed. Anybody?
They're going to really be a conservative next year.
Well, and in Congress, everybody across the nation running on a Republican ticket is a conservative. Hey, there's only 5 conservatives in Washington, D.C. You can count them on one hand. And you know,
I am not even going to argue with that.
And in the state legislature, we have some great people. Also, some are really close friends of mine. But there are some people in there that are going to run as conservatives that they're really not. And you know, my thing is, tell us who you are, and if you're a moderate or if you're whatever, that's fine, and let us vote you based on that. But what I hope the voters do now, especially after what just happened with the Supreme Court nominee and the things that are going on across this country, is that people will take this serious at the state level in particular, too, because of what we're going through here. Let's get serious about electing our reps and senators and make sure that we get the right people in there.
Well, we have a lot more effect on local elections than we do somebody coming out of Pennsylvania.
And if you don't think your state rep and your state senator make important decisions, you're misinformed, because they make decisions every day that change the future of this state for your kids and your grandkids. And I'm not campaigning on that. This isn't a punchline I'm using on a mail out. It's the truth. They make decisions that affect the future of this state, employment, education, everything in between. And
I gotta. It's not throw you on the bus when I ask the question. What Secretary of State's race? How important? Because we got really some good candidates in this race. I'm worried about a few of the Republicans that are acting like they're Republicans. I really are.
And we won't mention names, but yeah, that's a perfect example.
I'm not going to mention Julie Stokes.
So look. I think the good thing is we have multiple candidates that are good candidates, good quality candidates.
Choose somebody to win.
Finally, we have an election where we're not voting against someone; we can vote for someone. I think that's the case if you're a conservative. And you know, what do they do that affects all of us day to day? Honestly, maybe not a whole lot, but they're in a big exposure leadership position. Yeah. As a statewide elected official, you have influence over other elected officials. You can promote an agenda. You can support a governor. You can be against a governor. You know, John Kennedy threw a lot of grenades when he was a treasurer. And then that person is well positioned to move on to a congressional seat, a U.S. Senate seat, or a governor's race in the future. So this election is important.
Well, it is, and the one that wins this to be the front runner for next year when you do a full term.
No doubt.
I didn't say they would win, but they're going to be the front runner.
No question.
All right, Brett. God bless you, man. Always a pleasure, my brother. All right. Don't forget Dr. Donald Snow, Co-Relief, Lafayette, and Lake Charles. So you got 2 locations. Once again, here's that number, 337-475-6334. All right, folks, we appreciate it, and we're going to take a 22-hour break. See you tomorrow.